you worry sometimes that you don't have enough savings for retirement, you are not alone.
A new survey says about 25% of Americans don't think they can ever retire, and another 25% over 65 say they are still working.
News 3's Joanne Merrigan has tonight's Consumer Report.
Well, Ben and Trish, the harsh reality is that some older workers were on track for retirement but lost a lot of savings during the financial crisis a decade ago. But now even some younger workers are saying they don't think they can retire. The bottom line for some of all ages is they plan to simply keep working. For older workers, that plan to stay on the job may work out as long as there are jobs or as long as those older employees don't face health issues. For some younger people, the issue is not making enough to even think about retirement savings.
We know that 40% of Americans can't come up with $400 in the case of an emergency.
Richard Reeve with Consumer Credit Counseling of Savannah says the economy may have recovered, but for some, wages haven't always followed suit.
But for a lot of working Americans, it's been flat. Well, the cost of living hadn't been flat. The cost of milk has gone up and everything else with it.
That may be why 4 out of 10 Americans surveyed recently said they will probably never retire. For workers age 50 and over, 2 out of 10 said they don't plan to stop working. And as of June, 20% of all those over age 65 were still working or looking for a job. For older workers, the financial crisis didn't help retirement plans.
And then we know from the crash, people's 401ks went way down, and so they were almost restarting retirement, and that's only 10 years where they probably had a decent nest egg at that point, and that was usually out of their control. Previous generations, people had a pension. Well, now retirement and retirement is up to us.
In addition to less savings, the 50 to 65 age group of today still may have college-age kids at home that they are still helping financially.
It's kind of this perfect storm of, okay, my obligations on my family and my expenses are higher, yet I don't have as much of a safety net as maybe my parents and grandparents did, and so it puts a lot more burden. And so we see a lot of people working into retirement, just bypassing it altogether, and just kind of continuing to work.
Older employees are still encouraged to try and save, especially if their company offers a 401k. And while some younger workers think they can't afford to contribute to a 401k, financial experts say you can't afford not to. They also urge employees of all ages to try and pay down credit card debt, saying that's money you could be putting towards savings. Joanne Merrigan, WSAV News 3.